In the first shot, the scene is set using an establishing shot and a pan.
We use an eerie text font which appears like footsteps that fade in and out.
We use a lot of fades in the beginning to keep the atmosphere calm, almost giving the effect of a calm before the storm.
The music enhances this calm, relaxed atmosphere, but also has an underlining threat.
We slowly introduce the main character using long, wide shots to show the setting of the rural countryside.
Immediately, the atmosphere changes as we enter close proximity of the character using a close-up.
This shocks the audience due to the sudden change of distance and draws their attention to the briefcase and the character.
We use fast editing to show the action in the scene and to draw the audience in. It also shows the character's slightly dark personality.
The glance over the shoulder sets me as the antagonist, as I appear intimidating and show no remorse for my actions.
A low angle was used to show the character's superiority in the storyline.
The fade into the jacket makes the character almost conscious of the audience as he dominates the shot by walking into the camera, building tension.
This shows the character has power, which suggests that the character has bad intentions.
For the cafe scene, we use a long shot which shows the comparison between the villagers and the antagonist.
The villagers are friendly and are interacting with each other and wear fairly bright clothes, which contrasts with the antagonist's dark clothes, making him appear out of place, like a businessman in the countryside.
Once the villagers were knocked, they were shocked but forgiving, showing their friendly personalities. They have never encountered anyone like this before.
The shots revert back to the calm atmosphere, shown through the use of long shots. The audience is almost waiting for the next disaster to happen.
There is a close-up of the briefcase to emphasise the red herring.
The low angle looking up at the church shows a hidden theme of time. The first thing we see the character do, other than walk, is check his watch, which shows his drive to action.
The character lingers in the shadows, enhancing his bad intentions. This builds the enigma of why time is important and represents the thriller convention of a time limit, which is often used in films.
Another low angle is used to focus on our red herring, being the briefcase.
A pan over the village, which is long and calm in contrast with a dark and eerie shot of the false antagonist, as the shot darkens and we meet the character again.
This shot almost links to death, as it shows the false antagonist as a cause of destruction. This could foreshadow the character's death as he disappears behind the gravestone.
The candid tilt shot of the church links back to the theme of time once again and foreshadows the oncoming disaster.
The fade between the gargoyle and the character's face symbolises the link between the two. This represents the demonic nature of the character.
The arc around the antagonist makes the character seem powerful as the audience seems to avoid him.
The tilt up to the train sign sets the scene and shows the location of the train station.
The character descending down the stairs symbolises his path to darkness. The fade to the train links his bad intentions to the train.
The pan shot of the train shows smoke billowing from beneath, foreshadowing the oncoming disaster. This creates a dark and eerie atmosphere, building tension for the audience.
And the use of match-on action opening the door relaxes the suspense as the character reaches his destination. This ends the enigma of where he is going, but starts another, making the audience ask why he is there.
The build-up of the soundtrack contrasts with the calmer setting. The soundtrack suddenly stops as the briefcase is opened. This causes shock once again as the tension builds as the scene fades to black.
The abrupt ending foreshadows the ending of the antagonist's life. We reach the main point in the sequence, the moment of truth.
The fast-paced editing between the bomb and the train builds a high level of tension and emphasises the fact that the bomb is on the train.
The timer on the bomb links to the time running out, building suspense. The pace of the shot increases as heart rate of the audience members increases.
The slow zoom on the bomb shows the impending doom of the passengers. The contrast between the silence and the beeping of the timer shocks the audience with the volume and emphasises that the time has run out.
The fade to black symbolises the finality of the sequence. The beeping continues as we fade to the final shot, showing our film title.
The Photoshop image links back to the main aspects of the storyline. For example, the clock links to the theme of time and the track and train links to the location of the opening sequence of our thriller film Detonation on 80.